So let's begin with the idea that a truly adaptive system has to have certain framework. And what is that framework which will allow us to really measure that someone has truly learned and there's a learning outcome? And there's a lot of debate about learning outcome. Most often we say, okay, if you have taken 3 midterms and 1 final, and if you did extremely well in that, then you get an A grade, and that means you are a highly competent person. But is it truly the measurement of your competency? I would say not, because I may have done well because I prepared a night before and then I regurgitated it, and after the exam, if you ask me the same question, I cannot answer it. So now let's go back to the truly adaptive system. So adaptive system have to have, number one, a pedagogical framework. That means I can tell whether it is apprentice learning, incidental learning, inductive learning, deductive learning, or discovery learning, because these are all the brain-based cognitive frameworks where I have to make sure, because everyone learns differently, I connect with their mental makeup. And there has been a lot of research done in this area of brain-based learning, and we know from the evidence that everyone has a different neural network, or what we call brain maps or brain mental preferences. So the adaptive learning has to accommodate those learning preferences. That's number one. And for that, I need to have a pedagogical framework. Second thing for a true adaptive system has to be that there has to be a way to statistically understand how you are learning. So that's another important aspect, is to collect the statistical evidence on your learning process. The third one is that I have to have a way of presenting content in a multiple different learning strategies, and then measure which learning strategy is truly working for you by iterative process, not by doing 3 exams and 1 final, but creating a task, then doing a formative assessment, and over again until I find that your competency has reached certain level. And then based on this formative assessment, I also have to be able to give you a feedback immediately that how you can improve. If you cannot improve, all my exercise of providing you multiple learning strategies and giving you formative assessment is not useful, because I have to give you a method by which you can improve yourself. So these are the 4 things. You have to have pedagogical framework, you have to have collection of statistical evidence, you have to have a way of diagnosing what learning strategy is working, and finally you have to provide a real-time feedback which can improve the performance. And if you look at all these predictive systems, or you look at item response system, they completely miss the point of pedagogical framework. And if you do not have pedagogical framework, you have no basis for measuring performance or competency. And that's why I would say that these are not truly adaptive system. A truly adaptive system should have all 4 elements in it.